Virus cases are easing, state borders are slowly reopening and government life support is winding down. New, more detailed jobs figures from the Bureau of Statistics show which parts of the country are grinding back to life and which are stuck in limbo. All of this just as coronavirus stimulus measures are slashed. Rachel Papazoni has the details.
JobKeeper has kept this Cairns restaurant and catering business alive through the COVID crisis. 14 permanent staff have been supported by the $1,500 a fortnight subsidy.
If we were to head down the path that we just did and we had no JobKeeper, we definitely wouldn't be open today.
While it's reopened its doors, without international tourists, the months ahead are as uncertain as ever.
What we've been through, it feels hard, but we're more worried about the future.
While the dreaded government subsidy cliff hasn't eventuated, the stimulus measures are about to hit a downward slope. The fortnightly coronavirus supplement is being slashed. JobSeeker payments for singles will fall, and the amount paid will be measured against a person's income and their partners. People outside Victoria will need to look for 8 jobs a month. JobKeeper will also shrink. It'll be split into full-time and part-time rates. The full-time rate will fall, while workers who were on less than 20 hours a week before the pandemic will also get less. And there'll be another cut at the start of next year before it's set to end in March. Melbourne advertising strategist Dominic Carico isn't looking forward to the changes.
It just couldn't come at a worse time.
There is Christmas.
His state's stage 4 lockdown meant his employer hasn't been able to film commercials like this one, which accounts for a big chunk of their revenue. So the company has been eating into its savings to keep all 20 staff on the books. But that isn't sustainable long term.
If further restrictions come about and there's no JobKeeper payments to keep us afloat, we will have to look at potentially some tough decisions.
Victorians hope last week's fall to the official unemployment rate will soon be felt in their state as lockdowns slowly ease. Fresh, more detailed data from the Bureau of Statistics reveals almost 422,000 jobs were added in the 3 months to August. 17 of the 19 major sectors saw jobs growth in the period. The vast majority of jobs recovered were in 2 of the sectors worst affected by the pandemic, while a third of the jobs recovered were in the public sector, health and education.
We're still just over 400,000 jobs down on where we were in March pre-pandemic, so there is still a long way to come back.
Jobs were lost in the electricity, gas, water and waste services sector and construction. The data also reinforced the clear divide between the states, with continued positive growth in Western Australia and the Northern Territory.
You can sort of almost have a filtering back through the rest of the states. You've got that at one end, you've got Victoria at the other. And it is interesting to observe the quite strong correlation between disease prevalence, confidence and restrictions, and how that all really does come together to tell the story of what's happening.
What'll also be interesting to observe, whether the winding back of JobSeeker and JobKeeper will send the positive jobs numbers backwards.